like, so when are you going to do your first wow party? And I was like, let me check my calendar. You know, like the same excuses a lot of you may get sometimes. Like people are kind of like, maybe not right now. I don't really have a lot of free time. I have a lot of things going on. I have 2 kids. I am the president of my sorority. I also work tirelessly with my husband as a pastor at our church, and so there's just so many different things. I was like, how am I going to figure out how to do a party that I don't even know if I really want to do in the first place? So she was just like, no, you have to do it. I was like, okay. So I'm looking through my phone and my calendar, and I'm like, maybe 2.5 weeks from now. And she's like, nah, you have to do one right away. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, that's going to be too late. I didn't even know what she was talking about. But because she gave me so much sense of urgency, I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to do it on Monday. And she was like, perfect. Just tell everybody you know, get whoever you can get there. It doesn't matter who you get there, just get them there. I was like, okay, I don't know. So I'm asking people. My friend who was already at the first spa party with me, I was like, you have to come to the next one because I'm doing it, so you got to come to that one. And I was like, and just help me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, just come. And then so it was my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my best friend, and a couple, like one other person, Larnell. And so this is the thing. What I want you all to know is that at our first WOW party, the first 2 people that signed up were our first 2 bronze agents. Wow. So because of that, they started right with us at the very beginning. And I felt a little bit uneasy. I didn't really know what I was doing, but the whole step of the way, Ben and Lauren were there. They taught us everything. They showed us what they knew and did not know. We learned a lot along the way. I'll never forget someone asked a question about what are these little beads in the mask, and he was just like, and Lance was like, you know, like when you eat the gum and it bursts, it's one of those bursts that it bursts on your face. We just made up anything. So we had a lot of different experiences being and doing our first few WOW parties starting on the East Coast, but it was fun, you know. So what we're going to do tonight is just really show you the right way to do a WOW party, okay? Great. So, what is a spa party? It's an event where the agent creates a relaxing, comfortable environment to share secret, the company, the products, and the opportunity. The mission is to create a spa environment in your home, demonstrate products to guests, show the opportunity, and grow your business. I know so many people who, what they want to do is just do sit-downs because they say it's easier. But all we did in the beginning was just do spa parties. We did spa parties over and over and over again. We didn't even have blueprints. But now, what the main activity, the #1 money-making activity in this business is spa parties. Spa parties and blueprints. Spa parties and blueprints, okay? Am I not pressing something right?
If you kick your foot, it helps.
Perfect. Okay, so spa parties. What you're going to do, you want to take guests through a regimen, take place in the hosting agent's home. Average length is 90 minutes, and that's really, really important. You want to stick to 90 minutes, not any longer. And it's for men and women, and relaxing, fun, and it's lucrative, okay? Do I need to stop again? No, we need to. Okay. So, this is important, and this is what I was sharing with you that Lauren did to me, and I didn't even know it was being done to me, is that you want to set the date. Every new agent should schedule a spa party, and it should be within their first 3 to 7 days of their business. The reason why you do this is because if you give them any length of time after that, what starts to happen is they start to give you a whole bunch of excuses why they can't do it. Then they start saying, oh, I'm busy. Then it turns into not doing one at all. And then also, people start adding, well, why did you join that? They start giving all these different reasons. And then you have the other set of people where I have to learn everything before I do my spa party. And this is just about putting products on people. It's not about learning. You learn as you go, okay? And make money as you do it. How does that sound? All right. So you want to have a spa party. All right, next. So what you want to do is you want to contact and invite and do a memory jogger exercise. This is very important. We told our team that you can kind of do this as your little icebreaker if you wanted to. But it's very simple and it's easy to duplicate. It only takes like 3 to 5 minutes. And on your in your booklet that you have for your blueprint, it tells you how to do a memory jogger. It goes through all the different categories and just start calling them out and telling people just write, don't think, just write. Just write all the names that you can think of. And this is important because a lot of people will tell you that they don't know people. They'll tell you that I don't have their numbers. I don't know, and they start thinking too hard, but you just want to invite people because you never know where a person's at or what place they are in their lives. And this is about introducing. It's not about making someone buy something or selling something to a person. It's just about making them aware that Secret is now here in the DMV. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So, when you invite, this is important. Make sure you always tell the truth, okay? You don't want people showing up to something that they don't know that they're coming to. That's the first way to turn a person off, and they get very upset, and sometimes they'll even leave. So you want to make sure that you let them know that I'm having a spa party. It's like a spa theme type of thing going on. We're going to have some fun. We're going to relax. And you want to make sure that you over-invite. Don't go into a lot of detail, but keep it simple. When I go to spa party and there's about 2 people there, and they're like, oh, I don't know what happened. People told me that they were coming, and I'm like, well, how many people did you invite? 4? Oh, okay. So all 4 of your people you invited in, half of them came. So if you know your ratio, you know that you got half of the people you invited. If you want to get 10 people to your party, how many do you need to invite? 20. Okay? So begin to over-invite because most people don't even always have the decency to tell you that they're not coming, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens, okay? Setup. Supply list in the back office. So this is important to tell people that are new. There is a supply list in the back office. There's also one now in your secret agent kit that comes with you. It's right in the booklet. It tells you everything that you need for your spa party. Things that we like to see, okay? Hand towels instead of paper towels. Everybody doesn't necessarily agree with this statement because all people don't like to keep using the same hand towel that everybody else used. So you can use your judgment whether or not you want to use hand towels or paper towels when you're doing the salt and oil scrub. Small bowls, paper or plastic, okay? Applicators or craft sticks, some people call them tongue depressors, I think. You know, the sticks? Popsicle sticks, that's what they're called. And multiple pitchers and bowls, okay? Now, spa party setup. Create a spa environment, 2 parts of the spa party, the pre-spa party and the spa party. Now, the pre-spa party is very, very important. I don't want you guys to minimize the pre-spa party. This is where you are starting to get to know the people that are in the room. It's like an icebreaker. And you usually want to do it in the living room area. Everybody doesn't have that, so whatever you deem as your pre-spa party part is fine. But what we're doing here is we're going to tingle the 5 senses. And you want to make your guests feel relaxed, appreciated, pampered to be in your home. We have one agent that does a very, very good job of this. When you first come in, she calls it her Zen room, okay? And you come in, you do your hands as soon as you hit the door, and then you go right into her Zen room where she has like massagers on her back chair and it's like nice music and it's very, very relaxing, okay? That's what you want people to feel like. So when all senses are heightened, guests are more open, they're less negative, they're more fun, and they're more likely to buy. Have you ever been there where someone comes in and you can tell they got the mean mug on their face, like, and you're like, oh man, and you kind of feel the sense like this isn't going to be good, but as soon as you start sitting down and kind of talking to them, and the more the music is playing and the candles are going, the less tension it starts to alleviate out of the room. So this part is very, very important. 5 senses: smell. Use a candle or a diffuser, not the spa scent stuff or the Febreze or Lysol. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. My husband loves to spray stuff, so he'll go around and like squirt the Febreze everywhere. But guess what? You can tell it's Febreze. Like when you come in the house, you know that someone just Lysoled or Febreze, or you know you just hurried up and tried to clean real quick. So you don't want to do that. You wanted to. Have you gone to the spa? How many people have been to the spa before? Yes, it's my favorite thing to do. So if you ever want to get me a gift, I like to go to the spa. All right. So when you go through, come in the spa, it's always relaxing, and whatever smells that they have, it's not overwhelming. You don't want anything to turn a person off or make somebody sick to their stomach. All right. And then the next is sound. Spa music only. The reason why we tell you all this stuff is because you want to create a certain environment. And what you're doing is that you control the environment. You don't let anyone else control it but yourself. And all these different things are setting the atmosphere to control the environment. What's important to know is that music is very, very powerful. And so depending on what type of music you're playing, it controls your emotions. It controls how you think and feel. Have you ever been listening to like maybe let's say jazz or something like that, and you feel a little bit more relaxed? Some of you may like hip hop, and you might feel like you want to bang your head a little bit. It just depends on what's going on. Some of you might like Christian music, and you start like waving your hands. It just really depends. But spa music, there's no words, and nothing can offend anybody. It's all universal, okay? So you never want to offend anyone that's coming because you don't know how anyone believes, thinks, what's going on with them. So keep it simple, spa music. They have spa CDs. You can go and use the Pandora. You can use so many different tools that there's really no reason not to be able to play spa music, okay? The next thing, sight. Refreshment, spa water. You want a fruit and vegetable in the water. It's easy to duplicate, and it gives the appearance of everything is good for me. Now, this is important, whether you guys believe it or not, because let's say that you invited 10 people and 0 show up, okay? You don't want to go out and buy like a whole big case of water and individualize the waters, because I'm telling you, I've seen these things. You individualize the waters, and you have the wrapper around the water that says like the personalized spa party thing, and it's like you spent more time personalizing bottles of water than you did inviting people to the spa party. And then you get there and there's nobody there, and you wasted your money. So you don't want to waste your money. Everybody can go and use a filter or use the water in the sink or however you use your water and drink your water at home, and then cut up a lemon. It costs 50 cents and throw it in there, right? And it's easy to duplicate, because when you bring people on and they're looking, you don't know where people are at in their finances, and so you don't want them to be like, oh, they got so much going on. It's beautiful, it's nice, but I can't afford to do this, okay? Now, refreshments. This is also important too. Fruits and vegetables only. Let's say together. Fruits and vegetables only. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I get the feeling that a lot of you are agents and you know this, fruits and vegetables only, but you choose to do the other.
Chicken wings.
See? almost like we can't help ourselves, and you feel like you have to feed everybody, but you're inviting people to a spa themed party, not all out party where you're catering and all this other stuff to get people full.
Right.
All right? So what I've learned and what's really, really important is that I've seen people do, and they think they're doing like something small where they just have cookies. And then a person comes in and was like, oh man, I'm on a diet. And you're like, oops, yeah, oops. Fruits and vegetables would have been perfect for the person on the diet. So you don't know. Some people, they do chicken wings, and then a person comes in and is like, I don't eat meat. So then you're like, oh, dang, what am I supposed to do? But all you have is chicken wings. So then now you're trying to figure out how to do meats, people who are vegetarians, people who are on diets, and you're thinking all these different things. Look, fruits and vegetables. That's easy, okay? Fruits and vegetables. Cut up a carrot and cut up a watermelon and throw it on the plate, and it's over. All right. 5 senses. All right. These are some tips. Some of y'all might want to write these down, because I know some of y'all in the room. No wine. It can get expensive. Everybody doesn't drink it, and it's not duplicate. It can't easily be duplicated. And people can get rowdy.
Rowdy.
Okay, now listen here. I know that some people like to drink a little bit of wine, and they even offer wine at the spa. But guess what? They offer you a glass of wine. They don't offer you like bottles of wine. So when you're at a spa party, it's just best not to have it, because some people are like, wait, why do you have wine here? And then someone else is like, oh, I only drink the white. I don't drink the red. And then you're just like, listen, this is not what we're here for. Like, can we just stay on focus?
Yeah.
We're here so that we can all relax. And so the best thing to do to relax is to make it so that everyone can duplicate the same thing over and over and over again. Because imagine you're going to be doing these parties over and over and over again. So you don't want to make it so it's taxing on yourself and becoming expensive. All right, now for your taste. Refreshments offered to the guests as soon as they walk in. All right, guests are more comfortable with drink in their hand, fresh, refreshing, different, healthy refreshments, healthy products. Everything you want it to be healthy. You know how they say that you should practice what you preach? And so if you're up there and you're talking about that this is good for your skin and this is healthy and it's like a healthy theme or a wellness theme, and then you have like big old cinnamon buns sitting on the side, you're like, I'm confused. Trust me, I've seen it. Or you have like a whole big platter of cheeses, and you have pie, and you have a quiche, and really? Or what are we here for? So some of it, sometimes you feel like you're at a feast rather than at a nice relaxing spa party, okay? So you want it to be the same thing where people feel like, oh wow, this is gonna be nice, clean, refreshed, and all of it is the same theme going across all the board. And your touch. So like I said, when you first come in, the first thing that you want to do is the salt and oil scrub and the body butter. When you guys first came in, how many of you did the salt and oil and body butter when you first came in, right? That's what you want to do when you first have your guests come into your house. Salt and oil, body butter. Some people, I've even seen while I'm doing their hands where they come in tense and then they just start to relax.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, oh. Because some people already have their guards up because their friend may have pressured them to come like I did to Atlantis, and it's like they're coming. So when they realize that, oh, the person's like, well, what do I have to buy? How much? And I'm like, you don't have to buy anything. I just want to make your hands feel good. And they're like, oh. And then their body just kind of melts, okay? So you just want people to feel nice and rub it on it. And you're like, don't that feel good? Yes, it feels so, yes. That's exactly where I would keep shaking your head, yes. And then push them on to the food part, okay? Then an icebreaker. Any type of icebreaker. But guess what? You don't want to spend a long time on icebreakers, okay? Guests love what they touch, feel. And a white or clear plastic bowl that, and you have that so that you show the dead skin, so that people can see when they're washing off their hands, and you tell them that they're exfoliating, that they can actually see the dead skin in there. All right, so the pre-spa party, it makes everyone comfortable. The guests, the environment is about pleasing them, and the hosts focus on the guests so that they can be stress-free, and the expert builds a relationship with the guests. And so this is the time where everyone's gonna mix and mingle. So people have their drinks, they're eating, and the host should be talking to the guests and making sure they have everything they need, filling their glasses with more water, whatever it is, and the expert who's going to be doing the presentation should be intermingling as well, not sitting over on the side like this with their hands crossed, looking at everybody, peeping out who they think they're going to target. You know, the way that you develop a relationship is kind of sit down, introduce yourself, remember people's names, so then when you do your presentation, you feel more personable, and you can look at a person and say, "Hi, Prince. Yeah, I remember, we're talking about the mud soap, and I remember you told me that your daughter, she was using she had eczema just like I do." And you incorporate what you were talking to people about in your presentations because you sat down and you talked with them. All right, it should only be 5 to 15 minutes. Happy, be excited, and it didn't take a lot of time to do, okay? Now, the spa party. We took about 30 minutes for 15, 20, 30 minutes for the pre-spa party. Now, the spa party should only be about 50 minutes, okay? Regardless of the number of guests, it doesn't matter. And again, you want it to be in a place where there's the best lighting, so in your kitchen preferably. And I've been places where their kitchen is actually kind of dim. So what I'll do is I'll ask them if they have another light that we can bring in to make it lighter so that the people can actually see how their face differs, okay? And you want to make sure that you transition the guests. Don't let them stay too long, and mix and mingle. Transition them into wherever area you're going to do the spa party. And then make sure that the setup is comfortable for the guests. So we've been in apartments. Everybody doesn't have a house. We've been lots of different places. Whatever the setup is, make sure you find out beforehand and that it's conducive for what you're trying to do. So you don't want to be on the floor and everybody trying to cross their legs like Indians and put all this stuff in their face. I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable. All right, so the host, what you want to do is you want to introduce the presenter. You want to be brief, low-key, humble, and not like a salesman or a speaker. You just introduce them, say, "Hi, I thank you all for coming to my house, and I want to introduce to you someone who is a mentor that I'm looking up to, and I'm excited to have them here. Their name is Dominique Curry." That's it. Woo. And have them coming up. You don't want to tell people how much their person makes, that they're a gold director. They don't care. They don't know what's going on. And when you say all these things, they're like, "What are you talking about? Gold director, platinum agent, what? Agent?" So refrain from saying some of those kinds of things and just keep it simple and keep it personable with everybody. Now, the actual spa party should be done by the expert. The expert is the person that knows the information and knows the flip book, okay? So I will make a disclaimer to you all that all of you are experts. Yeah. All right? Did you hear? Y'all don't agree? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I want you to look at your name and say, "I am." Say it like you mean. Say, "I am an expert."
An expert.
Thank you. Okay. So this is important because whenever you get to this part, you have to exude confidence, right? You want to act like you know what you're talking about, even if you don't know what you're talking about, even if you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Let me tell you, I feel uncomfortable talking to you now, but I'm going to exude confidence. Do you know what I like to do? I like to sing. That's what I do. I sing, I get up at church, and I'm the worship leader at my church, and so I don't do a lot of talking, I actually sing. So it would be easy if I could just stand up here and sing the whole presentation to you.
It's just an acapella.
It would be wonderful, you know. But so it doesn't matter how uncomfortable you are. What matters is that you give the information correctly. Okay. So just talk with confidence and make sure that everyone's having a good time, because using the flip chart and reading the information, it can be duplicated very easily. All right. So, now, you're going to talk and demonstrate. Talk and demonstrate. People can get easily bored. And they'll let you know that they're bored when they start looking at their pieces of paper and they start looking at their watches and start texting on their phones and they start looking all over the place. You can tell that they're bored. As soon as I think that a person is bored, I pull out a product and hand it to them. And I talk directly to them. Okay? So, that's how you engage the person and bring the person back into what it is that you're doing. You must keep it interesting, show products, don't get technical, always smile, and just be friendly with them. This is a good time where you tell a story, tell something about you, related to a person that you know that's in there, and make them feel like we have a connection, we have something in common. Especially when I know that people have children or they've been working hard or working on their jobs. This is a good place to feel found people. So here are all the products right here, all the products. And it's telling you which ones you should demo and which ones you should show. But how many of you like our new flip charts?
Yeah.
How many of you love them? Okay, you should all be using the new flip charts because they tell you which products to demo and they tell you which products to just show or pass is what it says on there, pass. So make sure that you follow that. If it says pass, pass. If it says demo, demo it. And use it, put it on the person and show them. And most of the time people always say, wow, whenever you do it, okay? You can do a successful spa party without all of these. The basic set will take guests through a regimen, but I don't think I've ever done a party with a basic set before. I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't done that. Have you done a party?
No.
I haven't done a party with a basic set.
Can't be done.
Well, this is the thing. Do you guys know what comes in a basic set? Does anybody know all the products that come in a basic set? Like you have the salt and oil scrub. Oh, wait.
Nobody does.
Where is it? Wait, is it doing all of these? Oh, okay. You have the salt and oil scrub, but you don't have the body butter. And I was trying to show y'all. It's all of this stuff right here. Is the basic kit. And so, I mean, you can use this on everybody, the mud mask, but some people really do have dry skin, you know, and so the best thing for them to use would be the M4 rather than the mud mask. And so you want to be true and honest in what you're doing. And everything about Secret is about doing things with integrity, yes?
Yes.
And so, yeah, you can use this, but if I want to have a successful party and I want people to see all of my products and buy everything that I have available, wouldn't it be best to show them everything that's available and not just tell them about everything that's available? So the more products that you show, the more products sell, okay? Sure. And so that's why it's even important that Dominique and I like to do is even show like one green line product, because you can tell them about it, but if they don't see it, they're just like, oh, okay, you know? So how to show demo 17 products in under an hour. Now this is interesting. How many of you keep your parties within an hour?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see too many hands raised. So what you want to do is you go through, you follow the flip chart exactly. The flip chart tells you when you get to the facial regimen part, what does it say do? Fill out the skin analysis, right? So you're gonna have them fill out their skin analysis. Everyone who has oily, normal to oily skin gets the mud mask. Everyone who has normal to dry skin gets the M4, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad we all know this because I don't see anybody shooting. Okay, so after that, then if there is a person that is a good candidate for you want to pick one person to do the recover, yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. One person to do the recover. If not, no big deal. Just show it and show pictures because you don't have to do the recover, okay? And also, maybe you show one green line something, okay? And so we try to make sure that everybody has something different on at the party. All the guests get toner on half of the face. All the guests get cleansing milk on half of their face. And all the guests demo the peeling gel. Right here, so you get one person to demo right here, the peeling gel, right? Yes? And you move on. Now, while everyone has masks on their face, you talk about the comp plan. And again, you want to stay in between 15 to 20 minutes, and really, 20 minutes is a long time to be talking about the comp plan. Unless someone's asking a lot of questions. When people start asking a lot of questions, what I like to do is tell them, look, her face is almost dry. I got to finish, so I'll answer a lot of these different questions at the end. I'll stay, and I promise you, I'll answer any of the questions that you have. But her face is my timer, so as soon as her face is dry, I have to get it off, okay? They don't know. I have to get it off, all right? So, but once it starts drying, it does start to feel uncomfortable. So you wanted to get it off as soon as possible, as soon as their face is dry, because some people will actually feel uncomfortable already. And so you'll start seeing people put their washcloths in the water, and then you're like, wait, and you're still trying to talk. So you just want to hurry up and get through it. And those who really want to know, they'll stay around. Yeah. And those who don't, they'll leave. You know, so you want to talk to the people who really want to know. After time in the flip book, remove the mask. So the first huge thing that you want to do for the huge wow is the M4. Draw everyone's attention and say, hey, how do you normally remove your mask? Water, yes, exactly. And so, but guess what? This is the coolest thing ever. We're going to actually remove it a different way, and I'm going to show you how. And then I start asking them a couple of facts. They'll say, okay, I know you didn't think this was a test, but what did I say earlier on? The Dead Sea is the lowest place on Earth. Exactly. And so everything flows in but doesn't flow out. Exactly. And so guess what? Because nothing flows out, one of the things that happens is that there's a lot of concentrated minerals, and one of the purest forms of minerals there is iron. And so this mask has been formulated with iron, and watch this. I'm going to take it off with this magnet. And then everybody's like, what? Yeah. So then Dominique, he actually has like a huge magnet that's like this big, and he pulls it off. So I use a regular magnet, and I just pull it off. And everybody's question is always, does it come with the magnet? And I'm like, yeah, it does. So then you pull it off, and they're like, wow, that's great. And then the last, if there's a person who has the recover, the finale, because people know when they got wrinkles. And we always take a before picture and an after picture so that we can show them the difference. Because for some reason, people be like, oh, my face looked like this before. You know you had all those wrinkles around here and down here, and you're trying to say your face was all smooth before. Right. So that's why I make sure I always take a picture when I'm using recover so that I can show them the difference. And then you want to finish off your regimen with the eye products, the facial serum and the moisturizer, okay? The spa party wrap up. Work efficiently, respect guest times, that's very important. Don't close. Help people make decisions, okay? Especially if people are still sitting at the table, that means that they have questions. And so you don't want to leave people waiting. And so it's like a waiter comes to you and they give you the menu and they explain everything to you on the menu, and you're trying make up your mind what you want, and then the waiter just walks away and never takes your order. And you're like, well, who am I supposed to give my order to? You don't want to do that. You want to sit down next to them, and you want to go through and ask them what it is that they want. What is it that you like? Just tell, and there's some people are so confused. And how many like the wish list that we have now?
Oh, yes.
The wish list is great. And so you have them just go, some people were so into the presentation that they didn't fill out the wish list. But you can still use the wish list at the end and say, let's go through and check off everything that you like. After they check off everything that they like, go back through and look at everything and say, listen, I want to help you. And this is the best way to do it. And show them the best way. Don't just try to get a big package out of them just because when you know that they're not going to use it all, okay? Let's be kind and friendly to everyone, because some people are like, I want the Recover, I want the M4. And then when people start, I'm like, wait. Like, let's get one thing at a time, and like, let's build up to this. And guess what? You can also get the M4 for free. So how about we put it for your second order, and in between, schedule your wow party, and then we'll get you 4 customers, maybe even more, and you can get your M4 plus your Recover for free. How about that? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yes. So that's how you set it up, and so you help people, okay? You help them. Encourage guests to become agents or preferred customers. Don't beg anybody. Just encourage them. So whatever it is they want to do. If they're leaning more towards being a preferred customer, that's absolutely fine. Guess what? We get paid. If they're leaning towards being an agent, guess what? We get paid. And so that's the great thing about this is it doesn't matter what anyone wants to do. We get paid. So you don't have to force anybody to do anything that they don't want to do. And so that's what I would encourage you not to do, is don't make anyone do anything, because then that's when they start having buyer's regret, okay? Where they're like, oh, I got all this stuff and you made me get it, and I did it because you had me filling it out and I really didn't want all this stuff. And you're like, whoa. I'm not putting anything down here that you don't want to, so let's come on back. What is it exactly that you want, okay? Because when it starts adding up to like $400, they start seeing all those numbers, then they start retracting all the things that they liked. So then that's when I'm like, guess what? The company just came out with a great program, and you know what the program is? It's called My Secret Regimen. Do you guys like the Secret Regimen?
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. And so this has really helped a lot of us be able to set up everything that you did today, you can get it in My Secret Regimen. And so I'll set you up with the regimen, and you can pay a little bit over time, and you can budget your money out accordingly. And they're like, oh, I like that. That's a great idea. And so Secret has thought of every way possible to actually make it better for you in a wild party atmosphere, okay? So if guest is leaning toward retail, show them how they can save by becoming a preferred customer. Have some products available at the spa party to sell. That's very important as well. So being a preferred customer, we know the benefits of being a preferred customer, but sometimes when you're going through the flip chart and you're just trying to get through it, sometimes people kind of zone out, and then you tell them that there is no cancellation fees, there's no setup fees, that you can cancel whenever you want to, and it's 40 to 60% off, and they're just like, yeah, right. Like, what's the catch? You know, where's the fine print to this? And you're like, there's no fine print. I really mean it. Like, you can sign up and order for $49 or more, qualifies you as a preferred customer. And they're like, yeah, but what else? Nothing else. And they're like, I'm like, that's it. Like, this is the order of anything $49 or more each month for 6 months. But what's gonna happen? Nothing. You can cancel it whenever you want to. And so sometimes people are so used with a mindset of that people are gonna do me wrong, or they've been done wrong so much by other people that they can't really fathom that a company would be so generous or have this available to them. And so what you have to do is kind of help them understand that this program does really what it says. And then I just remind them, guess what? If you don't like anything, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And then go back and reiterate it again. okay? And then what do you want to do? Schedule more spa parties, put in the orders immediately, and track the results. Now the thing about this is that sometimes you can't put the orders in right then and there because you may be by yourself and there may be so many people that you want to sit down and help everyone. So sit down and help them fill out their order forms and then put it in right there after the party's over and everyone's left or when you get home, but make sure you do it that day. I like to open up my Kindle and put it in right then and there so that they can see, because especially when you're doing an aging and you're dealing with social security numbers, everybody doesn't like to fill out those forms. People don't like to put their card numbers down because they don't know what you're going to do with the form, especially when I'm doing a party for someone else and it's not like my personal party. So because of that, I sit down and I put it right in the system and they feel so much better. And they didn't have to give me any numbers on a piece of paper. It's done and it's finished and you know that it's in. You aren't dependent on anyone else to do it. You did it yourself. So that's really important. And the most effective way to continue to grow your business is to get another spa party booked at your spa party. You guys realize that, right? And so you don't want to leave your spa party without having another date. So if you get a preferred customer, it's not just about the agents. If you get a preferred customer, you want to schedule a wow party with your preferred customer right then and there too. And the reason why is because you want to tell them, hey, I can get you your free product. When do you want to schedule your wow party? Let's host one for you. And if it's their friend, hey, Susie, why don't you host one for Susie? I know Susie. And even retail customers will host a wow party for you, okay? If you just ask them and really talk to them. So, thank you very much. Now, the one quick thing that I want to say, because I have a few minutes, that's really, really important to know about doing spa parties, about doing anything, about doing sit-downs with people, is that one of our core values is what? Does anybody know? Yes, I heard you say it. Say it louder.
Be a product of the product.
Yes, be a product of the product. Do you guys know that? Yes. And so what's really, really important, guys included, is that your face is your #1 advertisement. Did you guys realize that?
Yes.
Yeah. Your hands are your advertisement. Did you realize that? Your elbows are your advertisement. Did you realize that? So when you're at a spa party and you're dealing with everyone, people are looking at you to see what your face looks like, okay? They're looking when you talk about like the bags or the circles or whatever it is, or if I tell people I don't have eczema anymore and I used to have it here, like people are looking at what you are talking about. So if you had a late night last night and you're jumping up to go do a sit down the next day, throw some eye cream up underneath your eyes and some eye serum to kind of get those bags down, okay? Because it's really important, because you're talking to people about the products and they're like, well, why aren't you using the products? They're trying to figure out what's going on. And so it's important because you want to be an advocate for what you're saying that it works so well. And I wouldn't want to use anything that anyone else isn't using. And so I've used the Recover, I used the M4,
Yeah.
I've used everything just so that I can know what it feels like. So if I tell someone, then they know that I can tell them, hey, I know that it works, or if there's sensations or anything, I've experienced my own self. It's just like my husband, he won't eat any food unless I eat it too. So sometimes after I cook, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like eating. And he's like, you're not going to eat at all? Or you just not eating right now? And I'm like, why? And he's like, because if you don't eat this food, I'm not eating it. And then I start realizing, I'm like, oh, you think I did something to you? I got you. So I'll take a bite just to prove to him that it's all good. I'm not trying to kill him just yet. So you always want to make sure that whatever you're telling people about, that you use it as well, and that's just important for anything that you do. It doesn't, not just secret, but whatever you're advocating, being an advocate for, you want to make sure that you actually are doing and practicing what you're preaching. All right, so that's it.